A very good morning to all dear students. This video is for class 10th subject science chapter number 4 carbon and its compounds, and this is video lecture of homework solutions of lecture number 8. So our question number 1 is name each compound. So our first part is CH3, CH2, CH, CH, CH3, and here at the this carbon we have CH3 methyl group present, and here we have double bonds in this. So this is a alkene chain. Now how we have to name it? The first rule is we have to find out the longest carbon chain consisting of the double bonds in the longest chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be our parent chain, and from where we will start counting the numbers of carbon atoms, from where the double bond is getting the priority, and we have to take the number of carbon which is attached at the first coming into the parent chain. Like if we have started the counting of carbon from here, then it is taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now the carbon attached to the double bond is at the second position. But if we start counting from here 1, 2, 3, 4, so this carbon will get the third position, and that is not correct. So we have to count the numbers from this side, as this will provide the priority to the second carbon, or you can say the carbon attached to the double bond. And we have that here we at the fourth carbon we have a methyl group present. So how we have to name it? First we have to put the position of prefix. So prefix, that is methyl group, is present at the fourth carbon, so it will be named as 4-methyl. Then we have 5 carbon chain, so it will be named as pent dash 2. 2 is the position of the double bond, 2E. So this will be the IUPAC name of this compound, 4-methyl pent 2E. Part B will be CH2 double bond C, CH2, CH3, and at the second carbon attached to the double bond we have CH2, CH3. So let us start finding the longest chain consisting of the double bond now. So the longest chain is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be our parent chain which is having the double bond, and we have to give the priority to the double bond first. So we'll start counting the carbons from here. So numbering is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this would be our parent chain having 4 carbon atoms, and at the second carbon we have CH2, CH3, that is ethyl group. So the name would be 2-ethyl bute because of the 4 carbons, dash 1-ene because at the first carbon we have the double bond. So 2-ethyl bute 1-ene would be the IUPAC name of this compound. Part C is CH3, CH2, 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 CH double bond CH, CH3. So as you can see, there is no substitutional group present here. So we have to find out the longest chain, so which is having the double bond. So this is only the parent chain. Let me count the number of the carbons: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's an octene. And we have to mention the position of the ene as well. So let us start giving the numbers to the carbon atoms. So this would be given the priority: first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh and eighth. So it will be named as oct 2E. Part D is CH3, CH2, C, CH3 double bond CH2, CH3. So here the longest chain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 carbon chain. So this is really a pentene, and from where at the third carbon we have the methyl group present here, and at the second carbon we have the ene. So how we have to name it? First we have to write the name of the prefix. So 3-methyl 5 carbons, so it will be a pent. This P will be small. Only the capital letter, first alphabet of the methyl or any prefix would be capital, and rest of the words will be small alphabets. Pent, 2-ene. 2 because second carbon is attached to the double bond, that is why. E, CH2 double bond C CH3, CH2 CH2 CH3. So here we can see that at second carbon we have methyl group and we have a chain of 5 carbon atoms. So we'll start numbering from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So how we have to name it? It will be 2-methyl pent 1-ene. So this would be the IUPAC name for this compound. But whenever the functional group is attached to the first carbon atom, then this is the rule that there is no need to mention the position of the functional group, because it's already understood that the functional group is at the first position only. So it can also be named as 2-methyl pentene without mentioning the position of the double bond. Our next part is F is CH3 CH3 double bond CH CH2 CH3. So the longest chain having double bond is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 carbons. So it's a pentene, and at the second carbon we have the methyl group. So it will be named as 2-methyl pent 2-ene. Now it is required to mention the position of double bond, because it's not on the first position now. And the last part of this question is CH3 CH3 double bond CH CH2 CH, then again a methyl group, and at the end we have CH3. So we have 2 methyl groups present here at the second and fifth position. So we will not mention the prefix twice. We will just give a name it as di. If it is 3 times, then we can have tria. If it is 4 times, then we can have tetra, and so on. So how are we gonna name this compound? First we have to mention the position of the prefix. So at 2, 5, both the positions of the methyl group, and then dimethyl. Then we have 6 carbons, so hex 2-ene. So this is it. Now let us move on the second question. So the part A is 2-methyl 2-pentene, or you can write it as pent 2-ene. Both are acceptable, but the latest method is how to write as 2-methyl pent 2-ene. So this is the latest method. Now we have to draw the structure. So it is a pentane, so it will be having 5 carbon atoms. So let us draw the 5 carbon atoms first. And at second position we have double bond. So from either side we have to make double bond. At second position we have 1 methyl group. And rest of the valencies we have to fulfill with the help of hydrogens. Now you can see that all the valencies are fulfilled. So here we all have to put the hydrogen atom. Now let us move on to the second part, which is 2,3-dimethyl 1-butene. So it is a butene, so we have to take 4 carbon atoms. Then at first position we have double bond. So on either side you can start. And at second, if I am giving it starting from here, then this is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So at second and third we have methyl groups. Now just rest of the valencies we have to fulfill with the help of hydrogen atoms. So here we will have hydrogen, hydrogen. Here we already have 2, 3, 4, and this is hydrogen. Here also we will have hydrogen. So this will be the structure for it. Now let us do cyclohexane. I have seen many of the students, they are finding a problem in alkanes and cycloalkanes. When you are talking about the alkanes, so alkanes, they have a general formula of CnH2n plus 1. Like one of the student was asking about that cyclopentane is having different formula and alkane pentane is having a different formula, but both are alkanes. Then why is the difference between the formula? So let me tell you that alkanes, which are having carbon atoms of single bonds, so they are having a general formula of CnH2n plus 2. But when we join this straight chain in the form of a hexane or cyclic structure, then what we have to do? We have to make a closed structure. Then how we have to do? Like now, if I am making a structure of, suppose the problem was there in the cyclopentane. So pentane will be having a formula of C5H12, but cyclopentane is having a formula of C5H10. Why? Let us draw the structure and find out the difference. So if we draw a cyclopentane like this, because at each corner we have a carbon, and as one carbon is making two adjacent bonds with the covalent adjacent carbon atoms, so it needs just 2 more valencies to be fulfilled. So we will be having now just count how many hydrogens are there. We have 10 hydrogens, and that is why it is required that when we make a ring structure, that when we close the structure, then we have to remove 2 hydrogens, because now that valency is fulfilled by the adjacent carbon atoms. So that is why this difference in the formula is there. So I hope now this problem or this doubt is clear. Now let us do the structure of cyclohexane. So cyclohexane, that means there will be carbon numbers in 6. So C, 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 and we have 6 carbon atoms. Just as it is a hexane, so they will be having single bonds in between them. And rest of the valencies we have to fulfill with the help of hydrogen. So these valencies will be fulfilled with the hydrogen. So all over hydrogen will come. So this way 2, 2, 2 and 6. So total 6 carbon and 12 hydrogens are there. Then we have D part, which is 5-methyl 1-hexene, or you can write it as hexene only. Then as it is a hexene, so we will be having 6 carbon atoms. And at 5th position we have methyl group. So we can start from anywhere, like if we are giving the position of double bond from here, so this will be numbered as 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at 5th carbon we have methyl group, and rest of the valencies will be fulfilled by only 1. Here we will have 2 hydrogens. So rest of the valencies will be fulfilled by the hydrogen. And 5th position we have methyl group, and first carbon is attached to the second carbon with the double bonds. So it is 1-hexene. Then we have 3-ethyl 2-pentene. So 5 carbon atoms. At 3rd position 2-pentene is also there. So at second carbon will be having double bond. So first, second, third, 4 and 5. This 3rd carbon will be having CH2, CH, 3, that is ethyl group. Then here we will have CH2, CH3, here 2, 3, 1 hydrogen, 2, 3, 4, its valency is complete, and here we will have CH3. So we will have the structure CH3, CH2, C, CH2, CH3, double bond CH, CH3. So this will be the structure of this. Then at the last we have 4-methyl-2-hexene. So we will be having 6 carbon atoms. At second position we have, so this is our second carbon, and we have at fourth we have methyl group. So rest of the valencies will be fulfilled by hydrogen. So that is, this is it. This was the solution of lecture number 8. So take care students. Goodbye. बेकार वीडियोस नहीं बनाते।